Alright, people, it is time for some more connections. As you can see, I've kept my streak intact. Hopefully, we'll add one more to that today. I will also mention that I'm recording this at around 5:30 in the morning. Now, you may wonder, why am I up so early on a Sunday morning? Well, my friends, it's because today is the day of the final race in the Formula One season. And if you've been following the season, then you will know why this final race is such a big deal. Long story short, uh, it looked like Norris was gonna wrap up the championship last race, but then McLaren messed up pretty badly. Verstappen won, and now there's a chance for like a last race come from behind winning kind of situation, which would be pretty awesome if it materializes. But regardless, looks like it's going to be a bit of a dramatic race. So I'm going to be going out and watching it with a friend, which is why I've got to like the race starts at 8 in the morning, and then I've got to leave by around 7 because I want to get there early. So that's my plan. Hopefully you guys have a well, by the time you watch this, your Sunday will be largely over. Hopefully, you had a good Sunday. And with that out of the way, let's let's just jump in. What do we got? Gizzard. I think we already had a few episodes where it's like rhyming with animals, that kind of thing. Although Gizzard, Mortis, Hurtle, is that really is that are we really doing this again? Let's. No, 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 it's not. It's not. Tortoise, turtle, lizard, yeah, it's baiting you into thinking that. But first of all, they're all in the first line. Yeah, a Greco would be like a gecko as well. But this is a red herring because I can see that one of the clues is hurtle, tear, bolt, and barrel. Synonyms for moving fast. Also, oh, I just realized I didn't pull up my notepad, so just give me a moment. All right, so hurtle, tear, barrel, bolt. All right, so we're not gonna fill it in because we want to try and get purple first if we purple first if we can. Captain. There's Greco-Roman. Oh, no, 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 no. So this isn't this is Capitan. So this is El Paso, El Greco, El Capitan, El Dorado, right? Greco, Capitan, Paso, Dorado. And now I have no idea what the fuck a Mortis is. I have no idea who or what Gizzard is. Miter, that is that's the hat that some Catholic officials wear, right? All right. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm now at a bit of a loss. We've got dovetail, heart, tongue. Man, I am after a couple quick ones, we are now struggling hard. So let's see. Mortis, gizzard, heart. Dado, dado, not sure what that is. Let's start putting stuff in. And then what else is tongue, dovetail, miter tripe. Nope. Dovetail. Tripe. All right. This one, is it pieces of headgear, maybe? I don't know what, like, these three words mean. I don't know what any of them mean. But out of things that are real English words, heart, tongue, dovetail, and tripe are, they're at least things that get said in English. Miter is also, I think, in the dictionary, but I'm sorry, tripe, dovetail, tongue, heart. And then let's just put some question marks there. Then we have gizzard mortis. And miter. I'm gonna I'm gonna sit on this for a while. Let me think about this. Let's think about this. What could it be? What could it be? Let's think about it logically. So, I mean, tongue and heart, tail is a part of the body, but I don't know about that. Um, Maybe it's gonna be how these words start, how they end. Gizzard. I have no idea what this, well, other than miter, I have no idea what this entire line even means. Which leads me to suspect that, which leads me to suspect that it has to do with something either about how the words are spelled or how they're pronounced. But no, the pronunciation thing was the red herring. They wouldn't then have, well, I don't know, maybe they would. I'm like, it'd be odd for them to have, for them to then have a another pronunciation based thing. Tripe? Like the literally the only thing I can think of is that these are like English words and these are just random syllables and then one word that I recognize. Hmm. Hmm. I think this one might be a tough one. I think I might have to oof. How long? Oh, we're almost at 10 minutes. I, t- I tell you what, I'll before I put anything in, let me just think about it a little bit. Uh I'll put this on pause. I'll go wash my face, wake up a little bit, and then maybe I'll spot something. So just gotta have some, gotta have a nice glass of water as well. So just give me Give me some time to think. I'll pause the video, so just give me a moment. Okay, I've thought about it for a while, and unfortunately, I am no closer to figuring out what this could be. One thing I will do, though, is because there's a chance that the L stuff is purple, I'm gonna put that in first, just to see what the... Okay. It was purple. Not sure how much that helps us. We know that this stuff is probably gonna be blue. Sorry, yellow. And then one of these is gonna be blue, one of these is gonna be green. And frankly, I have no clue. One thing, though, that kind of bothers me is the original red herring was Hurtle, Greco, Gizzard, and Mortis. And with red herrings like these, often they place them so that one is in each of the categories. So this one has Hurtle, this one has Greco, but then I'm putting both Gizzard and Mortis into the same one. The only reason is because I don't know what either of them mean, but me not knowing what they mean isn't necessarily a connection that they have, right? Because that wouldn't make sense. But if I was to take something out and put it into this category, well, first of all, what would I take out of this and put in here? And which of these two would I take out of this and put in here? I don't know. Like dovetail feels like the only thing I would remove just because I was gonna say just because these are all like one syllable words, but then I'd be replacing it with whichever one of these it is, it would be two syllables. Oh, okay. Like is this is like is there some sort of anagram situation going on here? But then I don't know, man. I was like maybe there's like a do re mi, but then oh this is D-A, not D-O. I don't know, man. Let me just put tripe. Let me try tripe gizzard tongue heart. This is gonna be wrong. This is gonna be so wrong. Well, it wasn't wrong, but it wasn't blue. Oh my God. Okay, well, the good news is I think we got this. The bad news is the thing that I thought was gonna be blue was gonna be okay. So dovetail, miter, dado, and are these gonna be like headgear? No. Well, shit. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this. I have heard of a dovetail joint. Never heard of a might whatever. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This is a fair enough. And then against all odds, somehow I pulled out a perfect puzzle. Didn't deserve it because I had no clue what I was doing. Let's see how people did. Evidently I'm the idiot because everyone else, I guess, I guess the Wordle audience is full of expert woodworkers because most of you got this, but let's see how many people fell for the red herring. Um, Yeah, the purple was one of the easiest to get. And then what? How are people getting what what is wrong with you people? How are you getting this so easily? How do you know this? How do you how do you know this? Uh how I thought this was the easiest, and it was, but how are you getting organ meats before just words for moving fast? Speaking of moving fast, I'm gonna be watching some dudes move really fast in a couple of hours. So there's that. Nice little tie-in. God, nobody notice the red herring? Yeah, okay. I was like, if we go uh low enough. See, the AI overview doesn't even know what the red herring is supposed to be. It just thinks it's rare words, but no, it's rhymes for reptiles. So turtle, tortoise, gecko, lizard. So, you know, there's that. And I'm not gonna like we came close to very close to reverse rainbow. All we needed to do was swap blue and green. But you know what? At least at least we solved it. I was worried that we wouldn't even be able to solve it at all. And to be able to not only solve it but get it perfect, regardless of the no reverse rainbow, I'd say that's a pretty solid showing. So that's gonna be all for today. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you guys had a good Sunday. Hope you guys have a good week coming up, and I'll see you next Sunday. And until then, take care.